Cause I ain't no sissy lala like some of these motherfucking YouTubers. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Women's boobs are their balls. They're just not down there. So yes, gentlemen, we have bigger balls than you do.
What? Say what?
I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Jimbo,
And I'm Kemper.
coming to you live from the stand. How was work today on Monday, buddy?
It was a good day.
Good. Good.
Made my money and just got home and just literally just came back in the door. I had forgotten shit at work and had to go back and get it. So, yeah. Being a dumbass cost me some time tonight.
I've been running errands all day. I just got home, too.
Oh, you know.
Yeah. Nana CA, too. I want to get to watch the stand in real time tonight. 100% of my team. Well, that's cool, Nana C.
Heck yeah.
See everybody here. I think I saw Nicolina in the chat already. What's going on, everybody? We should have a pretty good discussion tonight. I want to clear up a few myths. One, about how well I knew Shelby. Two, how I met Ernie and how good of friends we were. What's the difference? We're going to talk about it. I was so late getting home that I'm just now entering in the tooth names onto the wheel, and I've got a few more to go here. So,
Say if you want to do it tomorrow night, we can.
draw for the
Yeah,
tooth names.
we just get the names together tonight and then do the choosing tomorrow. It's just up to you.
Let me mark where I got left here. Yeah, I mean the names are already in, so
Right. So you just got to get them on the wheel, and then we can do it.
I could get a few more on the wheel, and then if I take a break here in a little while, I might still do it, and because it won't take me too long.
Mhm.
But I was trying. I was knocking it out there. And we'll do the drawing for the winner. Well, not drawing, but we'll vote for the winner of of the War Room too. The 3 finalists are, and you're going to vote for who you want to win. But the 3 finalists are going to be, let me double check. E Squared, of course. Behind Green Eyes. And Erica. Those 3 will be the 3 finalists. So
Damn, that's deep.
It's a deep pool. It was great. I mean, it was great. It was a fun game. You know, I think a lot of people had a lot of fun. I don't think anybody's feelings really got hurt, except maybe the men. They were gone.
I mean, if not for anything else, it gave everybody a chance to speak on the things that they love about each other. You know what I'm saying? So, and that happened a lot. Every time we played around, they were talking about this person and that person. And everybody's like, oh, I'm torn. And, you know, it is a good thing. You don't have enough of that.
Yeah.
Not on the YouTube streets. So,
yeah, Mom, we had a game called the War Room. And I started it a couple weeks after Southern Girl went really hard after Trixie in our chat. But, you know, because Trixie was in our Discord and said something about, you know, the rules are changing. And, you know, and she considered Southern Girl a friend. She was just voicing her displeasure privately. And, of course, you know, screenshots got out there and Southern Girl attacked her over it and, you know, made a big deal out of it. And, you know, she changes the rules all the time. So we kept our rules the same the whole way. And the 3 finalists are going to be, you know, we voted it all the way down. And I want to say there was 60 something, 65, something like that to start with.
Yep.
We voted it down to the final 3. And of course, you know, I don't know, it was a month or so in when Easy was predicting, you know, that I was going to rig it for Thelma. And she was voted out like a week later, 2 weeks later, something like that. Kemper voted her out, by the way.
You gotta throw that on me, man. I had to do the tiebreaker. Yeah.
So
that was hard to do, but I mean, still at the same time. Like I said, man, it was a fun game. Has been. It got us talking good about each other. So, like I said, if not anything else, that's a bonus from it.
Yeah.
Or family time, I guess.
Yep. Right. We were coming up with a strategy, Daisy Jo said, like Southern Girl said to do. And then she got mad when we did. She didn't like it. So, and her game lost all its popularity after that. Mean Girls weren't around much longer after that either. I don't even know how her game turned out. It's still going, what she does with it now. But I know, you know, we specifically did it to run on the night she did her game. And then she wouldn't change her nights because she was afraid. And she should have been because we were going to destroy her. And we could have done ours any night, but and we sort of did. Like we you know, some nights we didn't have it, some nights we did. So we wasn't specifically trying to hit her anymore because she was ducking and dodging so much. She was like a glass heavyweight boxing champion that didn't want to fight anybody. You know, let me duck, let me get out of the way here. I don't want to fight a real challenger. So, you know, we had fun with it. The most fun was running her off. You know, she was scared, and I think we got our effectiveness in. It was a hard vote. I closed my eyes and voted. Yeah. So, but yeah, well, I watched a clip. Hey, Delvin, from, you know, Easy's video of Ernie. Or of Ernie's statement to it was to Marvin Lifford, but it was at the state police post. So Easy doesn't even know what's going on there. You know, it's to try to say that Marvin Lifford is dirty because he took money from somebody. Do you think Ernie has money easy?
Dumbass.
Yeah. Do you think Ronnie King had money easy?
Fucking moron.
No. These people don't have money. Even with Ronnie King, he was the mayor of a town of like 400 or 500 people.
Right. Well, I mean, he's running with Stephanie's bullshit. That's why it sounds so fucking stupid.
Yeah. And
This is her speculation.
Yeah, I know a couple of towns in that county that have mayors and with similar population, and the mayor makes $150 a year. So that thinking he would have money because he was the mayor is ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Canadian ignorant is what it is, or Idaho ignorant, however you want to look at it. But it's ignorant.
She is the hoe. Just saying.
Yeah. But I heard the clip that was pointed out to me, and I shared it with you, Kemper.
Yeah.
The little recording where Ernie's talking about something. Hell, I'd have to listen to it again. But anyway, he pretty much does another, one of his I didn't go back type slip ups. He said something about what the fuck did he say?
I can't remember.
How would I have known if I wasn't, or if I didn't? And then he goes, if he didn't. So yeah. So in the transcript, because Kemper told me he had read it but never heard it.
Yeah.
Transcript, it probably didn't have where he corrected himself mid sentence. I wouldn't imagine it did anyway.
I don't remember it having it.
Yeah.
I'll have to go. I planned on looking back at that tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so
yeah.
I do have the actual transcripts, I think, of yours and Ernie's.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't remember what Shelby told me that night. I don't remember what he said in the phone call, and I've heard it on YouTube 50 times. And not word for word. I remember the gist of it. I don't remember what I told state police. It's been since 2013. I've got memory issues anyway, and then just the fact of what type of thing it is. I don't want to think about that anymore. I never wanted to think about it again.
Right. I mean, you recorded it. You done what you had to do, and you tried to make it a non-memory. You didn't want to remember it at all. I know things like that have happened to me, and I've had to do that. So I know that all too well. You don't celebrate something like that in your head. Now, Ernie would, but Ernie's been trying to celebrate it since it happened. He was the big hero that saved the town from the savage lion.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the difference between the narcissist and someone that was trying to do their duty. When they heard, hey, I killed this guy, he went to the cops. He recorded him, went to the trial, testified, went home, and tried to wash his hands of it until a dirty dog like Ernie started his shit again, fucking with his family, fucking with him and his job. Ernie thought that people were going to sit there and just let it happen. That was your sin, retaliating, standing up for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All this shit would be a non-issue if it wasn't for Ernie Shell's lying bitch ass. And he is a bitch. Like he wants to dox people. Ernie, dude, dox me. Come up here, badass. I'm fucking tired of your shit, dude.
Yeah, I heard he was doxing again, or threatening to dox. And he's a pussy, man. Like he's a real pussy.
He's so badass, such the predator hunter. If I'm such the predator, come and find me, bitch.
Yeah.
Dox me. Find me. I beg you. I'm tired of seeing you talk shit on people, trying to say that China had a dong. Like, fuck yourself, Ernie. You know better.
No, if China had dong, her and Ernie would probably still be together.
This is true. This is true. But anybody that's ever done anything, if they take up for themselves or speak out against anything that he does, which he does a lot of wrong shit, so he should expect it. But any person that does, he retaliates, calls them everything under the sun, tries to lie about him, then docks them, try to put their families in danger. Because I remember when Ray was driving Ernie around trying to get China to let him come over and hang out. Wasn't long ago. But Ernie wants to talk all that shit now. Just like Nicole Pace is a pillhead. No, she's not, dude. You're just lying.
He gave up PHN
in Buffalo. Same thing, too. Huh?
Same pillhead he gave up PHN for?
Yep. Mm-hmm. But in Buffalo, he did that. Oh, she sells pills. I'm calling Buffalo police. Had your little fake ass damn scanner in the background sending messages trying to threaten people, bitch. You're a fuckhole, Ernie. Phil's fuckhole. That's about it.
Nana C82 said, he said, I wouldn't know any of this if I didn't. And then, mid-sentence he goes, if he didn't. So,
okay. Yep.
But yeah, and I might pull that up and play it for y'all here in a second. On the, thing, on the microphone here. But as far as me knowing Shelby, we weren't friends. We didn't hang out. Shelby's not my kind of person.
Well, I mean, he only came around you because Ernie brought him around.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put any people down per se, but we just think the same type of person.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm better than him.
You just got a different vibe than him.
Different vibe, different views of life, different views of morals, everything. Now, did Shelby ever ask me for pills? Yeah, he did. He asked me, can you get me some Viagra? I don't think so. He's like, he said, well, I don't know, man. He said, I can't hardly get an erection. He said, when they put you in pen, they give you this medicine and it gives you the saltpeter. I don't know what the saltpeter is, but that's what he said. And he asked me to get him some Viagra. Yeah. And I told him I didn't know where I could get any Viagra. I didn't need any, so I never got a prescription for it. And I wasn't going to ask my doctor for it because I don't need a fucking prescription for it. But the first time I ever met Shelby, I don't even remember. It was in 2006. And the only reason I know I met him was because him and Ernie both fought at Warrior MMA on my fighting MMA event. They both fought turds, and they both lost to turds.
Got their asses handed to them.
Yeah. And both of them were just over a minute.
Oh, I was going to say, wasn't it around a minute each or a little less or something?
Yeah, right around a minute. I think Ernie's fight was officially 106, maybe 109, and I think Shelby's might have been 115. But they weren't long fights, and they were completely one-sided, both of them.
Well, I mean, any person that is somewhat tough can last longer than a minute, no matter if they're taking shot after shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, just getting kneed and thrown and punched and everything else that dude did in that 60 seconds with Ernie. All Ernie did was go fetal position, really, and try to protect himself. He didn't know how to fight that off. He didn't know how to defend that.
Saltpeter kills that killer inside. It kills the sex drive, aka keeps men from getting erections. So that's a real thing.
Saltpeter? I've never heard of it.
I mean, that's what he referred to it as, and that stuck out in my head. That another grown man asked me to get him Viagra. Mm-hmm. But you know, I don't remember a whole lot of interaction with Shelby, honestly. I think he might have been at my house a total of 4, maybe 5 times. And that includes the time I met him and the time that, you know, the night before we went to Harlan that morning and turned him in.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he wasn't over there a lot. Ernie wants to say, oh, he's staying out Jimbo's house. No. But Ernie's a liar. And if y'all ain't seen that yet, you ain't never going to see it. But the first time I actually remember meeting Shelby, I know it was around Thanksgiving because we were either eating Thanksgiving dinner or having leftovers from Thanksgiving dinner, and Ernie shows up with Shelby. And it is a real thing. Okay. And he says, "Don't you meet my brother Shelby Lee?" And, you know, Ernie talks about Shelby Lee just like the whole family does. You hear him in these interviews worshiping the ground he walks on. That's the way Ernie talked about him too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they were over there for a few hours that day. Shelby did have his little box from prison, his notes and write-up slips and all this stuff. He said they were write-up slips. I didn't look through it or anything, but a bunch of paperwork. You know, and he bragged about, you know, running his gang in prison and all that stuff, you know, and how he was the man and all, you know, the Shelby, the shell shit, you know, shellisms, how badass they are, no matter what the setting, except for when they get in the MMA cage and it's one-on-one, and then they're not badass at all. But anyway, so I didn't know Shelby well. For him to have confidence to tell me that he murdered a man will speak volumes about how easily Shelby trusted people. And it should tell you a lot about how much he trusted his brother. Even though he wouldn't confess to his brother on the phone the way he did me, because Ernie called him in the middle of the night, you know, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning from the state police barracks. And, hey, I love you, brother. You know, and Shelby wouldn't fall for it.
Mm-hmm. Didn't let him. Didn't he mention it to you that Ernie was acting weird or some shit like that?
Yes. And wasn't one of those rare visits he asked you, Jimbo, a complete stranger, where he could rob? Yeah, he asked me if I knew anybody he could rob. Now, he did that out of the murder, or not of the confession to the murder. He asked me, you know, that you'll hear in the phone call something like, you know, do you need me to come pick you up? Because he was under the impression that I was going to go get him, and him and Ernie were going to go rob people.
Yep.
Now, that's
it's on his mind.
Yeah, you can hear. You can hear in the confession where I'm talking to him. I'm like, "Hey, man, if you're going to do that, can you not just tie him up or something,
Yep,
and not kill him?" And he goes, "Yeah, man, I would if Ernie give me his handcuffs."
Yep, I was going to say he wanted Ernie's handcuffs.
Yep.
But then again, he'd already spent time in prison for robbing people, so it's not surprising that that's what he goes back to doing, and that's what initially, or basically, gets him back in prison, was robbing people.
Yeah. Skunk, he might be a member of the Sisters gang. I don't know. Yeah, Mom said it's okay for Ernie to have killers in the family, but nobody else can have any criminals in their families without it being exposed. Well, just listen to Ernie. Ernie says people tell on themselves, and then Ernie will sit and brag about how he's come from killers.
Yep.
Then the next day, he will tell you that his family were predator hunters, not killers. What gives, Ernie? Were they predator hunters or are they killers?
I'm arranging for this man to meet Jesus.
Yeah. So, but I don't know, man. I was telling, I don't know if it was you or maybe the person who sent me that recording in the message that, and I may have told you this before, Kemper. Like if you'll in Shelby's interviews and when he refers to me, like when he talks to Not Today and the Cray,
Mm-hmm.
He refers to me as Jim or James. If he were my friend, he would not refer to me as that.
Right.
My dad's name is Jimmy. My name is James. I did not like my father. It's no secret. You know, I forgave him towards the end of his life, and I think we had a little bit better relationship before he died.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he was an alcoholic, and a very verbally abusive alcoholic throughout my entire childhood. So when people call me Jim, still to this day, if somebody don't like, because a lot of people won't say the word Jimbo. For whatever reason, I guess they think it's childish or whatever, but they'll read my name, you know, and call me Jim. I'm like, that's not my name. You can call me James, Mr. Collins, or Jimbo. That's what my friends call me. My friends, people I hang out with, never refer to me as Jim. Never. Not once, not ever. I correct them right away. So for Shelby to refer to me as Jim should tell you volumes. And if you don't believe me, snoop around on my Facebook, message people and ask them. I don't care. It's been done already. It's not something to be proud of, to be in a family of killers. I know. Hey, there's Leslie. Well, hello, sister. StreamYard get you?
Nope.
Oh, there you are.
Hey, you got my package ready? I'm pulling up the driveway.
Are you coming to get the blue pillows or the Gabby pins?
Both.
Both?
Both.
Yeah, I got them ready.
Okay.
Hang on a minute.
Leave an idiot.
He said that again today, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't even know what. I wasn't trying to. I just want to come and crack a little joke. And also say that for all the years that I have known Jimbo, even when me and Jimbo didn't know we knowed each other, when we were little, I've always known Jimbo as Jimbo. Not James, not Jimmy, not Jim. I've always known him by Jimbo. All the years I've ever known of him, it's always been Jimbo Collins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told them, and Thelma already knows, and she's completely good with it. My headstone, Jimbo Collins. That's what I want on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who I am. Yeah.
I don't even know what he had said earlier. I was trying to get the baby ready for a bath, and I don't even know where I laid my phone down at, but I had my earbud in and come back through, and she had my phone, and I was like, oh no, she probably done blocked 100 people. And she had tucked the live way back to the beginning, so I don't even know who said what or nothing. I just was like an idiot. Idiot. But I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, you ain't interrupting.
Trying to crack a little joke.
That's all right.
There's something stuck on my screen.
Yeah, you can hang out if you want to. You don't have to go, but
I mute out. Go ahead. Yeah, I wasn't trying to.
You still here,
break his
Kemper?
foot.
Yeah, I'm here.
Just making sure your microphone didn't get jacked up when you came in. Right. Skunkgate, you're absolutely right. My mom called me Jimmy from time to time. Usually when she was mad at me over something. And even she would say, I didn't mean to call you that, because she knew how I felt about my dad, you know. I mean, I'm somebody who grew up wanting my mom to leave my dad. I just, that's the way it was. She never did. She was right there with him until the day he died. So, but anyway, that's not what we're talking about. But another thing is, Shelby, every time I did see him, well, StreamYard must have got him eventually. Every time I did see him, he was smoking. I don't do ashes. I won't, be around them. Somebody smoking, I'm not around it. I'll get away from it. Excuse me. But still got something in my throat. But I'll I can't stand them landing on my clothes, being around. So I'll either ask somebody, please don't smoke around me. I don't allow it in my home. I don't allow it in my car. And I won't ride in somebody else's car who smokes. I just won't. I know a lot of people smoke, but it's one of those things. I grew up that way, so I was weird about it. I hope not. Darkness of hearts. Hope I'm not getting sick.
Ever since I quit smoking, it's been almost 3 years now that I've been quit. It's right at 3 years. I can't neither. The
Really?
smell of cigarettes. I can't. It makes me sick. I've got a strong sense of smell anyway, but when somebody comes around that's been smoking, that's the first thing I smell on them. I don't. Which I didn't never smoke in my house or my vehicle or nothing like that. But
oh gosh, look, got COPD for secondhand smoke. I'll tell you what, I won't physically touch an ash, and not just a cigarette ash, an ash. I won't do it. I'm just freaked out by them, man. I got a phobia, I guess. I know it's weird, but I won't do it. I won't touch an ashtray. I remember growing up, we had these wood burning and coal burning stoves. And with those, you have to empty the ashes, right?
mm-hmm.
That was always my brother's job. I wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I would fill the stove up. I would load the coal up, buckets, coals, things of wood, whatever I need to do. But I would not touch the ashes. I just won't do it. So,
wow.
Yeah, it freaks me out. Freaks me out.
I remember them old. I don't think I've got no phobias that I know of, that I can think of anyway.
Well, that's a weird phobia because an ash can't hurt you. Not that I know of. It's just freaks me out. Dead bodies freak me out, and it doesn't matter what kind of carcass it is. It could be a fly. I can't stand it. I can't. No. Weirds me out. Weirds me out. Who's your daddy? What is your screensaver now?
I can't tell you who it is.
It's been uploading new avatars, I believe.
Gone again.
So, but anyway, I'm just like Shelby and I. We never went anywhere in a car together. I didn't take him places. We didn't hang out He wasn't a sports fan that I know of, and I am fragile, right, Mr. Lady? He wasn't a sports fan that I know of. He may be, but I never saw it or heard of it. And that's pretty much my whole life is my family and sports. It's even when I was, one of my first jobs, and for the reason why I went to college first time was to be a sports writer. So, I spent many years working in sports. So, and then coaching, of course. So, it's just two different types of people. And I don't know what he does for fun or did for fun.
Nothing that you never did. That's what I told people. I said, I'm not saying it to be mean, or nothing towards Jimbo, because God knows I love you as if you was my own blood brother, but you wouldn't like me. You wouldn't like Shelby. You wasn't a heathen like we was. You didn't do them kind of things.
Well, I mean, I've told people forever, like I'm boring. Like I never was a big party guy. Now, after the MMA show, sometimes we'd go and to the strip clubs or Hooters and things like that. But as far as going to a party, I don't remember any parties. I don't remember ever going to a party.
I don't ever remember seeing you at none, Jimbo.
I definitely never went to a Harlem party ever. Nowhere in Harlem did I go to a party. Which just wasn't my thing, My best friends were athletes. My best friend, since I was 5 years old. Now he's 4 years older than me, but he owns a bunch of state records in track and cross country. So he was always running, and we played basketball from daylight to dark. And backyard football, which is dangerous, but just always doing something athletic, sports. It's just a totally different atmosphere than what Shelby would ever enjoy or be around, and I don't think I would enjoy or being around any kind of atmosphere that he would. Like I said, no knock. I mean, I don't know what he would do, but I just don't think it's the same type of stuff that I would do.
It's not. It really ain't. It ain't. And I've tried to say to people, how many people could have actually done what you done with that would have not been too scared to do what you done and not be afraid that there was going to be repercussions from it. It took a lot to do that. Me not, even not being the one doing it, can even say that myself. Do I think I could? Yes, I do. But I know it takes a lot to be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
And then for some people to act like it was just all a big setup and it was, part of a plan or to frame Shelby. If people really, truly knew him, they wouldn't dare think that there's a bit of innocence in anything that happened with that. Because there's not one bit.
Right. When he told me, all the stuff he did, I believed it right off. I don't doubt 1 second that he did what he said he did. He just, it doesn't sound rehearsed to me. I mean, he's sitting there telling the story, and it's like, I'm gonna play the recording for y'all if in case everybody hadn't heard it. And it's hard to hear because it's, it's on a recording and it's in a courtroom. The acoustics ain't great, but it's, he's cold and calculated. Now, do I think Ernie was involved? I didn't, but now I do. And, and that's all because of the things I've seen out of Ernie. Nothing's changed my mind about Shelby. He's still just as guilty. He definitely murdered Ronnie King. I think Ernie was there. I don't know if he was there when it took place, or if he was there afterwards, but he was definitely there. Ernie will sit and tell you that he didn't, that people tell on themselves, and he will dissect everything somebody says. But then right out of his own mouth, twice in that McDonald's confrontation, he says, I didn't go back. How you go back if you ain't never been there?
And he even asked you, he said, I didn't go back up there. And then he asked you, so do you really think I went back up there?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you said, I don't know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Listen, let me play this for y'all. It's been slowed down, but it's definitely worth hearing. This is the all right. This is him talking to Marvin Lipford. But listen to what he says right here at the end.
Okay. He told me he set him up. His breeches was on his ankles. He told me about this shit. I wouldn't know this shit. You're right.
You hear what he said?
I couldn't understand it.
If he wouldn't have. I'll play it again. Right, he says, I wouldn't have known this shit if I didn't. And then he stops himself and says, if he wouldn't have listened to him.
Okay. He told me he set him up. His breeches was on his ankles. He told me about this shit. I wouldn't know this shit. You're right.
You hear it that time?
I heard it that time. I did. Yes. Yep. I wouldn't have known this shit if I wouldn't have. Yeah, I heard him.
So, I mean, that's, Ernie will sit and tell you. People tell on themselves. Now,
yeah.
Now, one accident, okay. 2 accidents, 3, because he said he then went back up there twice, and then he said that. That's 3 Freudian slips. I don't think so.
I do, and I could be wrong, and I've always felt that way, but I think back in, my beginning here on YouTube, I didn't want to accept it. I was like, I just don't think he could do nothing like that. I didn't. And what made me really want to think it is, I know Shelby and his personality, and to me, I feel like Shelby wouldn't have went down by himself. You know what I'm saying? When it came right down to it and he knew he was going to prison, he would have told it. And then I feel like the only reason he didn't is he didn't want his mommy to have 2 sons in prison. You know what I'm saying? I've thought of so many different scenarios of why he didn't, and what makes me think that he would tell it. But I think I think Shelby freaked out, and I think he called Ernie, and him and Ernie went back up there, and that Ernie had a hand to do with trying to burn that place down. I really do, and cover up the evidence. I don't think he was there when the initial crime happened. Well, I ain't gonna say crime, it was all a crime, but when everything happened to RK, but I do think he went back and tried to destroy evidence or clean up or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
I really do. He did. He told a lot of people he did that.
Yeah, he did. Like, now when Ernie talks about a bus full of prisoners that were supposed to be brought to the jail and testify, I don't know if that's real or not, but that is what we were told. Now, I don't know about a bus full, but they said they had multiple prisoners that that they were going to bring in. Now, this was from the prosecution that they were bringing in, that Shelby had pretty much, jailhouse confessions to. That he, told similar stories to what, he'd said. He bragged about it. It's like, it's a badge of honor for him, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I was, heard that too, that they had other inmates that was willing to testify.
Yeah.
That he had told them the same thing. He had done it.
Now, Kemper's seen a lot of this motion to discovery they've got, the discovery. When I called up there and asked about the motion of discovery, they treated me like I was an idiot. They was like, the motion of discovery is just one sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? It's like, it's literally a motion filed wanting to discovery evidence. I'm like, well, they call it the motion of discovery. It's supposed to be all the evidence, against Shelby. But yeah, it's Kemper's seen quite a bit of that, I reckon.
Yeah.
I've seen some of it.
I haven't heard any of the audio recordings, and I wasn't privy to the family interviews that they did. I guess the defense did.
Right.
But I seen quite a few of the transcripts between Ernie and his sister, you and Shelby, in that call where he called you from jail.
Yeah.
I seen fireman statements, written statements, just all kinds of different shit, man. Like, I'd have to sit down and think about what all it was, but there's quite a bit there, but not a damn bit of it puts Jimbo anywhere but behind the recorder.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, it's like, especially you got this fucking idiot from Canada who's never been to Kentucky, let alone Everett's, Kentucky. It's like, what would be my motive?
Right.
And before anybody says financial, now take into account that this man that was murdered lives an hour and a half from where I live. In the town, in a county that I haven't lived in since 1997. Moved out of there on Valentine's Day, 1997. Moved to Lexington. And Thelma and I hadn't moved back there. We lived there for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. I can't even remember what year it was, but it was, I don't know. Let me see. Let me guess.
Well, I do know that Ronnie Keith,
2000.
Ronnie was not at all well-to-do or anything.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, for me to pick somebody out of the blue from Everett's, I think I could pick somebody that would have more money.
Well, I would definitely be picking better partners in crime than the doodads that's being named.
Yeah, I mean, you see his house in the crime scene photos, right?
Kira done called them doodads.
You
swear,
see his house in the crime scene photos. Like, does it look like a mansion? Does he look rich?
No, it's like one of your basic 3-bedroom ranch type houses, man.
Yeah, up on
Maybe with a
stilts.
basement. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like it don't make sense. And this fool from Canada is exactly that. He's a fool. He's listening to Stephanie, which if he heard the shit on her yet and really thought about it, he wants to go down with those lies. Just like everybody else has. The only reason you didn't hear about it when you first got here is because she had been in hiding, Easy. She'd been hiding because everybody outed her ass. Stolen valor, gag orders, big, huge books of pictures. Like, come on, dude. Stop being an ignorant fool.
Yeah.
Go back to being a fake rapper.
Miss Horse Whispers.
Go ahead, brother.
She said, I still think Ern set his brother up to take the fall for something he was part of, even if he only helped cover up a crime. He had way too many details.
Right.
Yeah. That's the thing. Is like, that's another thing that sticks out to me. Like, all these details that Ernie's talking about, I didn't know anything about. And like I said, Shelby bragged to me about it twice, once on recording, and he didn't say all that stuff. So yeah, either Ernie was there, or he knew a lot more than he could know by just being told. I think
Either Shelby told him a lot more than what he told you, or he was there. One of the two. But as far as setting him up, he didn't get set up for nothing.
No. I think that Shelby
did
did it. I think Shelby did it. I think Ernie helped him clean it up, or, quote, attempt to clean it up, whatever. And Ernie played some bullshit and got him to confess to Jimbo. And then with Jimbo's character and good standing in the community, they're going to believe him. And all of a sudden, Ernie's a hero, something he's always wanted to be. So, again, like we've said before, Ernie's the type that would kidnap a child to prove that he saves them.
Yeah.
I think he would do the same thing. He would help in a murder to say he busted one. Yeah. That's been my thoughts for a long time now. And with him knowing before they came over to your house, and with him telling Amber that Shelby would confess in 2 days, Ernie did know, and Ernie was there. Ernie had a lot more involvement than what he's coming off with.
Yeah. Well, and, here's one thing that threw me off. Because Ernie talked about a lot of details that really didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that they didn't happen until I saw the crime scene photos.
Yep.
And I'm not going to go into details because they're gory and horrific, but they were so outlandish, they would be what we would call an Ernism. One of these crazy lies that he comes up with. And I think that he might just be smart enough or criminally inclined enough to make up those lies. So he, if he was caught up, he would say, well, why would I say that stuff? It didn't even happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for an example, the eyeballs. You know what I'm talking about, right? What Ernie said.
He plucked his eyeballs out. And then he goes on to say that when he goes off on Benny that day.
Yeah.
I'll rip your eyeballs, pull them out your head.
Yeah. An Ernism.
Yep.
How much money did Ern owe when this happened? I don't know, Miss Horse Whispers. I don't think that's a motivating factor for Ernie, because Ernie don't plan on paying anybody ever anyway. So I don't think that factors into it.
No. Ernie's never had a line of credit where he would owe.
No. And these masked people that he owed money to, he would just tell them fuck off. He don't care.
Yeah.
Just like all the people now that have ordered T-shirts. You think they're ever going to get their T-shirts? No.
No. Hell no.
Unless BDAC pays for them. If it's worth that to you, BDAC, to make yourself look right on something, send Ernie the money. And because the people that believed in him enough to get their money taken need their money taken.
Yep. Especially now.
You fill him out.
Yep.
Y'all know he's waiting on that press machine to come in the mail so he can half-ass or
Right.
somebody half-ass make them. It won't be the ones that he advertised. I promise him that.
Yeah, on the hung jury, I do believe that the hung jury is because of Ernie's mouth.
Yep.
Like I said with the Rap and Smoky Mountain Mama thing, when it goes to a jury trial, it don't really matter if he's guilty or innocent. He don't have to prove that he's innocent. He just got to prove that there's reasonable doubt.
Yep.
And when Ernie sat up there and told him crazy stories about Shelby and all this stuff that he did, like the four-way stop or the red light with the
woman and the kid.
And there's not now, nor has there ever been on 38, not coming down Central Street or First Street. Let's see. Or Main Street. That might be Main Street right there. Has there ever, at the crossing of Main and 38 or First and 38, whatever, Central and 38, has there ever been a stop sign or a light on 38? The stop lights, the caution light and stop sign was on First Street. That traffic had to stop. But on 38 did not. That's why there were so many accidents right there at that four-way stop. And for him to say they were stopped at the stop sign, they would have been on 38 for one. They wouldn't stopped there. There's never been a stoplight nor a stop sign there. Not even a caution light on 38. The traffic on 38, never.
Well, I don't think that the jury was really eating up what Ernie was laying down, though, either. Because they're hearing all this stuff from Pam, what's her name, Lucinda, Amber, John Paul. They've got all that shit going. Then they've got Ernie up there basically lying on himself because supposedly he had that special task force following I forget who it was. Wasn't it John Paul that he supposedly had task force watching?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And all that shit. And transcripts say that Ernie told Amber that in that call.
Yeah.
Ernie told a lot of lies. They seen a lot of fake shit come out of his computer. The templates to make his fake bounty hunter badges. All that shit. So, it wasn't hard to really create that reasonable doubt. You had these crazy ass stories that nobody's really believing. You know what I mean? Like, you just show Ernie Shell and there's reasonable doubt already. If Ernie was within 20 miles of it, reasonable doubt is there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, listen, I'm telling you, Shelby looked me in the eye and confessed to that murder. Now, me knowing that, if I were sitting on a jury and had to follow the letter of the law, was there any doubt in my mind before I put this man away for life? I would have to vote. There was doubt. And I know what he told me. But Ernie is a damn nightmare for any law enforcement that backs him or any lawyer. That's what I'm saying. And I don't
Look what he did to his own lawyer.
Yeah. I don't want to get off onto this Smoky Mountain Mama thing, not tonight. But don't think Ernie's not going to play a part in that jury trial.
Mm-hmm. Because it's going to happen.
He's made calls to the jails. He's made calls to the law enforcement. He's made calls to Rap's mother. and all this stuff is going to, even if Ernie can't be subpoenaed to court, they will show these things.
They'll probably, if Rap does the smart thing, he'll have Ernie subpoenaed, and we all know he's not going to show up there,
Nope.
and he'll just have him another FTA on him because he
Yep.
ain't going to show up.
But then again, if he doesn't show up and he can't argue against things that are brought up in court about him, which is going to not help the prosecution. It's going to help the defense.
Nope. Mm-hmm.
Me and Jimbo talked about that quite a while the other night. There's so much shit just on this channel that's come out of Smokey's mouth. It damages the case already. And that's from her mouth. There's like 3 other channels that they did shit on. Rose petal beds and all that shit. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
And I think jurors have a hard time depleting the two of reasonable doubt and guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you just said, Jimbo, it's not for it. The prosecution has to prove guilty. The defense
Beyond a reasonable
don't
doubt.
have to. Yes.
They actually have the burden of proof. They absolutely
Yes.
do.
And the defense has to prove innocence. They don't have to prove that nothing really. It's on the state to prove whether somebody's guilty beyond reasonable doubt. And I think jurors have a hard time depleting the two from one another. You know, they either think guilty or not guilty. They don't think of the factor of reasonable doubt nowhere. Even though judges say it, you know, this is, you know, 100% that you have no doubt whatsoever. And a lot of even say it. It's not the point of being proven guilty. It's beyond a reasonable doubt that you think this person is, you know, innocent. And I think a lot of people have a hard time of just depleting the two from one another.
Well, that's the thing, though, with the whole thing with Shelby. They absolutely showed, the defense showed that someone else could have possibly helped or done it.
Yeah. Well,
And that in
know,
itself is reasonable doubt, you know?
Yeah. With O.J. Simpson, like, there's several jurors now that were on that jury that say we felt like he was guilty. But we also felt like there was a reasonable doubt, you know? So there's a big difference, like you said, Leslie, between guilty and, innocence and reasonable doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need is reasonable doubt. That's all you need. And somebody said something about Shelby wanting the death penalty. That's another thing. And Ernie told me this early on, that he said Shelby's, and I heard Ernie say this, use this term again recently, one of his little interviews. Shelby's taking it to the box. And he said he'll take the needle, man, which in Kentucky they give you lethal injection. And then I remember it was in the same conversation, you know, within the next few minutes. He was like, but he'll never get put to death because of his mental handicaps.
Yeah, his IQ.
Mm-hmm. And now this was before they ever tested. But yeah, so Ernie, that's another thing that kind of makes me think, you know, maybe Ernie did sit and plan this shit out. I don't know.
Because honestly, think about it though. Shelby sort of held Ernie in high regards.
He did, just like Ernie does him. Yeah, they did.
Right. So I mean, that's more. He's easily manipulated. On top of that fact, makes it crazy manipulated.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to set someone up or get somebody to take the fall completely, boom. There's my brother. Let me do that.
Yeah.
That's what Ernie did. Because Ernie's not very bright, but he's a con. He's got that mentality. You know what I mean? So it's not exactly smart. It's just more evil, I guess. And Shelby's just as evil, just in a different way. Because obviously Shelby will end you.
Miss Horse Whisperer said, "I'd consider it based on what he says he planned out on rap with Smoky Mountain Mama." Yeah, and I think Ernie also takes credit for a lot of things he didn't really plan out that work out in his favor. And then
absolutely.
Yeah.
He always does that, though.
Yeah.
Tries to, just like the whole Prentice thing. Tried to do that.
And then when he gets caught in something, I was, I let you catch me on purpose. I was testing you.
Tactics. Yeah.
But this back to the motive thing. You can look at my Facebook friends list now and see people I've been friends with for 15 years, and at least on Facebook, that I've known forever and ever, that have plenty of money. And I know they have money. So for somebody to try to tie me to something that was a stranger to me for money is the dumbest shit ever. I'll tell you what, and I don't know, I'm sure they still got all the ping and records and all this stuff, but if they wanted to cross-reference it all and go back and look, like when I said like Shelby and I had never rode in a car together, been anywhere together, I guarantee you our phones were never, I don't know if they could tell that by ping or not, but never in the same vehicle together, traveling down the same road together. Never.
They can tell if just by like you said, the pings, if you two were together at that time.
Yeah.
Because both of your phones would be pinging off the same towers.
Yeah.
Within the same time
frame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people realize that neither about deleting stuff off of your phone or computer or whatever. It don't matter how much you delete it, they can still get it.
Yeah. And I know Thelma and I went over to the pilot station and met Shelby and his wife and gave her a bag of makeup. I think it was that night. I'm almost positive it was that night because I think I remember them talking about, seeing on, surveillance camera at the pilot station where, I got out of the car and handed Shelby the bag that had makeup in it. It was a big old brown paper bag full of makeup. And, I'll just tell you, we had a big shitload of makeup that Thelma bought off of, she bought it off DA and them, and it was more than likely gathered illegally. But, they probably went to Walmart or somewhere and stole it. And but anyway, Thelma had makeup. She didn't need it. She bought it because it was, offered to her for, I can't remember, $10, $20 for a whole bag. And we're talking about one of those big brown paper grocery sacks. Remember the paper grocery sacks?
A poke.
Yeah, I don't think they make those anymore. I ain't seen one in a long time. But anyway, if it were that night, why would I meet Shelby somewhere and hand him over a bag if I were with him? At all.
Yeah.
Why would he just
made him at the
right? That's just dumb. Dumb shit.
If you'd had plans on being with them, I don't think you would have met them over at the Pilot. Gave them no makeup.
No. Now, Shelby's wife was beat all the shit. I mean, he beat that lady. You know, something awful. Beth Dunton, member for 13 months. Happy 13th month anniversary to Stan. Well, thank you, Beth. Happy anniversary to you. So I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about my friendship with Ernie, because that's been blown way the fuck out of proportion. I've even heard Ernie say, this guy's supposed to be my best friend for so many years. Motherfucker, you know we wasn't never both best friends. Matter of fact, Ernie, how many times have you ever been with me to play ball? I can tell you how many times. 0.
That bitch can't play no ball.
How many times have you ever been with me to play tennis? I can tell you how many times. 0. Shoot pool. 0. We didn't hang out. I met Ernie in early 2000s. I can't remember what years, 2002 or 2003, I think. Might have been 2001. But I was a wrestling promoter. And, you know, there's a lot to it, how he showed up. But basically, he lied his way into our wrestling ring, telling me that he was trained and all this crap. You know, so I booked him on some wrestling shows, and right away I knew he wasn't really a wrestler. He'd never been trained. He didn't know anything about, you know, other than the things he'd heard other wrestlers talk. He didn't know, you know, like he does now. He talks his way through shit. Oh, you really got an ear infection? Sorry to hear that, Mr. Nobody. That sucks. But, you know, we weren't buddies. Now, I hired Ernie to do some things, hang posters, flyers. I even gave him a chance once or twice to book some MMA fighters. He failed at it. He sucked, you know. No. But as far as being buddies, we weren't buddies. You know, so any time we spent together was probably for that. MMA, hanging posters, him using my vehicles, or, you know, us feeling sorry for him around the holidays. You know, because he was homeless. I've known him since the early 2000s. The only time I can remember him having a home, and it wasn't his home, it was his wife's home. And I think they lived with her parents, I think. But either way, the rest of the time, he's couch surfing. He's never had nowhere to lay his head down. Just about every year on Thanksgiving, the kids would say, hey, check on Ernie. Make sure he ain't somewhere in the ditch. Especially James. You know? Got some. Paisley, happy 13th. Beth and I came in at the exact same time. Well, hey. Thank you, Paisley. Fluffy, member for 20 months. Love my Stan family. October, member for 20 months. Stan family. Leslie B, still going strong. After 17 months, we are family. Oh, okay. Got the eardrops in. All right. But for him to, you know, like, he'll sit and tell you, you know what he got when he raised his voice or said a cuss word to me at McDonald's was over? Is because me and Thelma fucked his girlfriend.
Yeah.
We weren't friends.
Is it Anastasia or something like that?
Yes. Yeah. Blue Moon, member for 22 months. Love my Stan family. We love you too, Blue Moon. Hope you're doing well.
Ernie couldn't handle business, though, and that's why he failed. Just like at everything else he does. Or doesn't do. Whatever you want to call it.
King Volo, member for 11 months, bringing up the rear, LOL. Love and Grace, member for 21 months. Love my Stan family. We all up in green tonight. That's right, Beth. But you're right. Kemper, he failed. He fails at everything, man. I mean, that's, it's his life story.
Yep. Never even successfully kept and retained a job for any amount of time. He always quits them. He's always taking money from other people. He's always got these sob stories about shit happening to him. Even when he was taking money for masks and not delivering, it was sob stories on why he couldn't deliver. All the time. And it's never been different. He doesn't know what it is to be an adult or a man. So, pieces of shit are pieces of shit. Some float, some sink. They're still shit. Ernie just haven't really found the knack of floating. That's how bad he sucks.
Ernie's a runny pile of shit.
Yeah, not even solid.
On his live today, he said there was a public therapist. I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest with you. Yeah, this guy. Go ahead, Leslie.
He was trying to say he was a therapist back some years ago. I was like, what the?
Ernie was?
Yes.
Shit.
He probably saw one or two, but never was one.
Oh, he's definitely seen a few.
Yeah.
Paisley Shadow Cat's Moon gifted 1 membership to the stand. Thank you, Paisley. Sorry for all the ums, but I just, I don't really, I wanted to, because for one, I wanted to clear up that, I didn't really know Shelby. So for people to think I cooked up a friggin' at age 40, because I just turned 40 that weekend.
You celebrated your birthday by doing this, yeah.
Right. Age 40, completely out of character for anything ever in my life. I'm just going to team up with some career-long criminal and commit a murder. That's the dumbest shit ever. And if you think there ain't no evidence on Shelby, well, there damn sure ain't no evidence on me. Because you know what? I wasn't there.
Like that was on your bucket list. You know what I'm saying? For when you turn 40. That was what I want to do when I turn 40.
Hey, October 50. Thank you very much for gifting another membership to the stand. Thank you. But it's crazy that people want to try, just for views or money. They think, oh, let's just tie this guy. Hey, fuck him, right? Like, you don't understand, like, when you accuse somebody of something like that, somebody's family member just might believe you.
Yeah.
And they might pull up to me, or God forbid, one of my kids at a red light and go for their own vigilante justice. It's crazy enough that I have to worry about the dumbass, crazy, cowardly shells doing that. But you guys want to try to make somebody guilty that absolutely had nothing to do with it other than fucking turning the guy in. It's stupid. But easy, no way. That's don't go real life, right?
Yeah, consider the source. Like I said, Stephanie's all up in this shit. This is straight up Stephanie's bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
This is the origin.
Well, that motion discoveries her baby. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she loves.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was going to be getting Shelby out and exposing the real murderers, blah, 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 for so long. And she got 2 years behind her with nothing accomplished. But we're seeing the same fucking lies from 2 years ago. Seriously, same fucking dry, stale ass shit.
Yeah.
And that's who he chooses to listen to. This is who he chooses to take stuff from and push it as being true. This is the same bitch that was telling people I was that RSO in Cincinnati. Not true. This is the same. This is all she's got. Even with her own family, she lies like this. Her whole family knows that she's shit. They've said it publicly. I've seen more shit talked about her than I did see with Mama T's family with her. And that can get white trash, let me tell you. But the same shit. Tired ass Stephanie. Mandy.
Narcissistic Time said, I did like you, Jimbo, with a young guy from my town. He was only child, no father. His mother was a single working mother. But difference was he wasn't like Ernie, thank God. Yeah, and you know what? Like, there's plenty of people that my family has been good to and helped. Thank God there's only one Ernie. You know, like, normally people that you help as much as we've helped Ernie, forgiven as much as we've forgiven Ernie, they don't try to destroy your life. That's all that motherfucker wants to do. And then before anybody says, well, you came to YouTube to shut him down, he was on Facebook doing this shit before YouTube.
Yep. To both of us.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure was. And when we stood up to him, he didn't like it and started with the crazy fucking lies. Not just lies, the crazy ones.
Well, here's the thing. He got so fucking bent out of shape and accused me of being in a bunch of messenger chats.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
It was me.
Yeah, I got messages from him. I know you're in these secret messenger chats and all this stuff. No, I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. But apparently in these groups on Facebook, y'all was busting his balls for shit that he done. And he thought that the information came from me, but it didn't.
Nope, sure didn't.
At first. But it didn't take you long there, Lightning Tiger, to fire me up enough to go ahead and say, here you go, boys. You want to know everything about him? I'm an open book.
He went from one or two people thumping his head to a lot more. And I remember when he started his shit with you, posting you on Facebook and shit. And he wasn't doxing you. He was just saying your name. But he was threatening many different things. And you were like, dude, I mean, you need to chill out. You tried to talk sense to him in his live streams, in Messenger, everything. I seen it in the live streams. You showed me in the Messenger. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it was constant. So when we started, we were thumping his head so bad that by December, from October to December, this motherfucker couldn't even hold 20 people in a chat. That's how many people left. And that's when Ernie decided to go to YouTube. So what has he got to lose, really? He's only getting 20 people in his chat. He ain't got nobody supporting him. Yeah. And he came here and look at all these suckers.
Yeah, and he can get away with a lot more on YouTube than he can on Facebook.
Yep.
Facebook shut him down a few times.
Yeah, it did.
So has YouTube, but you know, it takes them longer and longer each time, it seems.
It's, I do sit and think, because I've not been chatting a whole lot, just listening. And I did that in spurts. Jimbo, you know that I have just sit back. You learn a lot if you'll shut up, even with your mouth or your fingers. If you'll shut up and listen, you learn a whole lot about people. But I sit and think, what goes through these people's minds? Like, tonight, listening to that live of his tonight with those women on that panel and his back and forth with China.
Yeah, fuck that. He needs to leave her alone. He fucked with her enough.
He sat and tried to provoke her.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought he would keep poking long enough to where she would tell him, and she did in some sorts, some information he wanted of who her dad was. The women that shits and giggles, honey, you sit there and would tell Ernie everything he asked you. You tell him it wasn't none of his business. Or as soon as Paper Cut Tina, and I truly think that Ernie messaged Tina and had her to come up there on that panel and immediately start asking that woman questions about her personal life. And she started spouting off at the mouth. Things that she wouldn't sit and tell Ernie. Like Ernie would, I think that woman was drunk anyway. I think she's a drinker. And I don't know if it just didn't click in her mind that it wasn't okay to tell Ernie this, but it's okay to tell, I call it a PCP, but I felt sorry for her tonight to tell her this, but it wasn't okay. Ernie still can hear you, honey. You're not sitting talking to Tina by yourself. He can still hear you. But I wish somebody could truly get through to Paper Cut Tina and convince her that Ernie is using her for a show pony. And that's the only thing he's using her for. He don't care nothing about having her own except for exactly that. He uses her for a damn show pony. He talked awful to her earlier. She has tremors. And he was trying to poke. Her hands was shaking. He was like, "What you do? Damn, what your hand shaking so much for? Be still." And I was like, "You little freaking prick, you." Yep. She physically has something wrong with her, and you're sitting here making fun of her, like she's doing the shit on purpose, and she can't hold something still enough for your likings.
Yeah, Leslie, we've seen this happen. Like you see China. There's the lady from Buffalo. There's been a few that Ernie gets close to, but when he actually gets around them physically, something always happens. Something comes up missing. They see him for who he is, and then he flips the switch on them, and they're the back. Just like China tonight. Oh, that chat was hating her guts, wasn't they? Ernie's people in there bashing her. B-Dac was bashing the shit out of her, and somebody else.
I didn't see what chat was saying. I was more listening, but I can imagine, man. I know what they do.
Yeah,
and their shit.
Well, I know what B-Dac was saying in Sarah Smiles' chat.
What did he say there?
He was being nasty over there.
What was he saying?
I'd have to go back and read them all word for word, because if I get one thing wrong, he's going to, basically saying that pretty much she deserved what was coming. Her dad was a terrible person that Ernie, I guess had every reason to come after him because he was a human trafficker or something like that.
What the fuck ever, dude?
Yeah.
That's what Ernie was saying, bro. Her dad was.
Where he got that from is because she said that her dad is underground. He's a damn bookie. He's a bookie. He everybody that deals with anything like that knows when you say bookie and underground, they know what that means. It don't mean human trafficking.
Gambling.
Yep. But they're going to sit over there and fondle Marvin's dick. Is that what they're doing?
Well, and Ernie's got this, like, was it last night or 2 nights ago? He had the escort on his panel again.
I think it was 2 nights ago, yeah. But it was just Saturday night. The B-Dac went on Mama T's panel and announced that, probably you, me, and Nicolina would be apologizing to Ernie. Yeah. What the like, seriously. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. He can look on both of these channels, and nowhere did we defend rap. But when we saw bullshit with Smokey, we did not defend it either. We called it out along with the other bullshit. If you're going to do it, be legit and do it the way you're supposed to do it. That's what we did. We did nothing wrong at all. Will not apologize, or at least I'm not going to.
I don't have anything to apologize for.
Me either. That's what I'm saying. We did our due diligence. We did what we were supposed to do. Just like when you recorded Shelby, you were doing what you were supposed to do. We did the same thing on that situation. Because we were manipulated at first, weren't we, Smokey? You really fucking tried. But you couldn't hold your shit together.
Narcissistic Time said, when I heard Ernie say the other day, if I choose to hate someone, my subs will. He gets his narcissistic supply, feeling empowered. His subs are just for his glorification. He could give 2 cares for them. You're right.
Absolutely. Narcissistic.
Yep. And they're all expendable. He don't care about none of them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's your apology, Tor B-Dak.
I truly, Jimbo is one of my very best friends in this world. And I tell him that I love him. And he tells me that he loves me. And when I've said it, he said it. We don't need YouTube to keep moving forward with that kind of a friendship. I wonder how many true friends that Ernie could shut his YouTube down, or whoever he calls his friends could shut their YouTube down and still hold a true personal relationship with one another, or to tell them that they love one another and mean that. I bet there's nobody over there, nobody in his chat, his little Tiggers, his prospect, none of them, not including Lori, that he could totally leave social media and still have that close of a friendship with.
Yep.
That's not friendships over there anyway. That's straight manipulation and control over there. He said it. He said it yesterday. He told it in.
Oh Lord, you know what you've done, don't you? Now they're gonna have a love fest live tomorrow. Watch.
Oh yeah, there'll be love bombing over there tomorrow, campus.
Yep.
Love and Grace said, what's in it for B-Dak back in Skern? There's got to be something. Well, yeah, there is. He owns it. Like, B-Dak is playing with, the peasants.
He's trying to play God through Ernie, and it ain't working.
Yeah.
B-Dak's a fool. Doesn't know shit. He's actually helping Ernie committing a crime. Whether you're in the United States or not, it's still a crime. You know it is.
I would say what I think about it, but I won't, because that would straight put that. What's the word I'm looking for? It ain't the idea. That ain't the word I'm looking for, but I'm not. You would think that some of these, and some people might think it. They really might, but some of these deep critical rabbit hole thinkers would probably, and I don't claim to be one of them. I'm not, but you would think they would think the same thing. I'm surprised somebody hasn't said it. And somebody could have, and I've just not heard it, but I'm not saying it publicly. Why I think. I'm not.
Miss Horse Whisperer said, I really don't get it. As someone who spent most of my life with horses, how does B-Dak not see through this? I'm telling you, B-Dak, Ernie's a play toy for B-Dak. And Ernie thinks that he controls B-Dak. He really thought B-Dak was going to give him $30,000 for his YouTube channel a little over a year ago. He thought, because at that time, B-Dak was wanting to shut Ernie up. Then I'll sell him this. I'll tell him I'm going to shut down. Then I'll start my own channel, a brand new one. I'm like, he'll make you sign some kind of agreement. He's like, nah, I'll get my 30 grand and I'll start one up somebody else's name. That's exactly who Ernie is, BDAC. And I could show you the messages, but I ain't going to. Because I don't like you. I'm not showing the Kemper. Leslie.
Yeah, man. Send them on, doggy dog.
Yeah, I don't have any respect for BDAC either, Erica.
He's a straight up liar, dude. Like, that's all I've ever seen, but that's how I learned of him, is from Ernie's chat.
No, Earth Angel, I couldn't imagine what they would have on BDAC.
No, BDAC's trying to play God through Ernie. Ernie thinks he's his own man, but in reality, BDAC runs him.
Yep.
Tina, you wanted to know about the handler? Check with BDAC. Okay, dumbass? It's not Katie. It's BDAC handling your boy. Always has, really. Talking all that shit.
Could be, Kintsugi. Could be. Yeah.
Was they timing him out in Ernie's chat, Mark? Mr. T? I couldn't imagine who would be doing that over in Ernie's chat.
Oh. Who knows with them crazies?
Right, Donna.
3 or 4 of them.
For a channel that can't be monetized to earn a dime. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm surprised somebody didn't get their ass chewed out over that one, Mark.
They probably did. Probably did behind the scenes. That might be what made Ernie so mad at him.
Yeah. Yep. Could be. But then again, Ernie's a bitch, so.
He is that.
It could have been anything that triggered his little bitch ass.
That was so funny. I laughed. Oh my God, I laughed so hard.
Like, I really haven't seen that kind of thing since the Facebook days. Like, it's been a minute. But it's still funny as hell. Mm-hmm. Listen to that little man trying to be intimidating. Come on, Ernie. You weren't intimidating when you threatened Benny. You weren't intimidating when you threatened your mods in your chat the other night. Or when you threatened Tina. Just as intimidating as when you threatened me. Jimbo. Leslie. Everybody. You're a bitch. You hide behind a screen. You won't show up. Never have, never will. That bitch with Cody? Yeah. That's all that was a bitch. It was fake. Wasn't a real fucking fight. We all seen it. So when you do show up, you know it has to be rigged.
Check this out. Hell.
It's done nothing.
It's very strange.
There we go.
That one.
I understand that you all have been with me from day one, but I'm telling you right now, it's done nothing. We've done nothing. We've done nothing what we stated we're going to do. And in order to move on and move forward, we have to pick shit up and move with it, okay? You can't just sit there and do it. Now, I love Barbara. I love her to death. But God damn. There's things that don't add up. And I'm not going to be a person. They're not pulling the wool over my eyes. I wish to God you could see what I'm doing and you don't. And that makes me realize too a lot. You can't see what I'm doing. First off, this ain't like any other panel or channel, okay? Let's get that straight. I understand it.
They've done nothing.
He's weak.
Done nothing. Narcissistic Times said he grooms his subs and mods. Says I got the best of the best. Telling his mods, you got all the power. Con artists sell confidence. They say things to heighten your esteem and pull you in. That's absolutely correct, Narcissistic Times.
Hey, I won't jump down, brother, and jump in chat. That baby's woke up there and I can't do nothing with her. She's been sick and she's been attached to my hip.
Oh, God love us so.
All right.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
I'll be down in chat. I'll run up here and get her.
All right.
Okay. Good night, Leslie.
Good night, Kemper.
Good night, Leslie. Love you, sister. All right, Kemper, just me and you again, old buddy.
Yeah. Sorry, my throat's a little bit messed up from the weather change the past 3 days.
Yeah.
It's almost like I've got seasonal spring allergy and it's February.
Yeah, it was 60 here today. Felt good outside. It's cold out there now. It's like 30.
Yeah, it's chilling here, but it was really warm for the past 2 days. It's crazy.
39. But yeah, I just wanted to, I really wanted to point that out. Like, neither one of those shells were ever my buddies, my good friends, like hangout buddies. No. As a matter of fact, have either one of them tell you the full name of my best friend that I've known since I was 5 years old. I mean, I would think somebody that's been my friend, that would consider themselves a close friend would at least know his name.
Well, I mean, if you really look at the situation, both of them were a charity case. Ernie was always crashing on your couch, needing a place to stay, didn't have anybody. Like you said, Thanksgiving and Christmas, hey, you got a place to be? You can stay with us. That kind of thing, okay? Then you got Shelby, gets out of prison, needs some side work. So Ernie comes to you. You give him, like, mow my grass or, move this furniture around, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all charity case shit. It wasn't like you were, oh, my best friend's having to sleep on my couch because he's being mistreated by his wife or girlfriend or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
So, a straight charity case.
100%.
And when you live in a small town in a small area like that, you know everybody. I know. I've lived it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know half of Newport. But they wanted to say I was some shady human trafficker. Like, whatever.
Oh, Tina and them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, for the longest time, they thought I was you with you running a profile using my real name. Of course, just like Eaton Ball and Bill Barnes, they thought that it was Jackie and Rosie and then Eric, Phil, Jimbo, and then here comes my name.
Mm-hmm.
But, they always thought that. But the fact of the matter is like I said, small town, you know everybody. You know people. Even if you don't know them, you know them.
Yeah, you know who they are.
Right. So just because you know somebody and you lived in a small town in the same area with them, don't mean you're best buddies. So I don't think the Canuckian understands that.
No, he don't. Well, I mean, like,
He'd shit his fucking bloomers if he fucking showed up in Appalachia. He really would.
Oh, yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
But I mean, shit all over himself.
Yeah, when I met Shelby when he got out of prison there, I was 39 years old, getting ready to turn 40. Like, we definitely don't have a history of a friendship. Like I said, what kind of crazy story you got to concoct to make yourself believe that, I'm going to befriend some guy out of jail and let's team up and go rob somebody that I don't know and murder them. With me, with at that time, 4 kids that, let's see, what 2013 was 11 years ago.
11 years ago. Yeah.
James,
This month will be.
all of them were preteen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is babe?
Do you want barbecue sauce with these?
I don't think so.
With
But I mean,
these,
honestly, oh, sorry, go ahead. I want to say a better question that I have for Speakeasy and Stephanie. Why is it that when we show the proof of her lies and her manipulation, why when we post it or talk about it in specifics and show receipts on either channel, on Kemper or on the stand, why is it that she hits it with a privacy strike?
Yeah. Why is it
that? You don't want the real facts out there, which we've got them. We've got a lot on here with not specific her last name involved because, of course, the bitch fucking privacy strikes it. But the fact is she is guilty of it 100%. That's all she's done.
I hope that the moron runs with her little phone log story.
I do too, because that's the dumbest shit I ever heard, and I never could understand what the fuck she was trying to say. Even with her failed attempts at manipulating me and to think, oh, yeah, no.
It's right there in black and white.
Yep.
Pretty easy.
I don't get it.
Yep. Narcissistic said, Ernie creates a trauma bond. At the same time, it feeds their esteem. When he boosts his subs, he hits it hard, but when he's mean, it's nasty. They work to win his approval cause dependent on his boosts. Yeah. I've seen so many like get mashed up under him and him coming down hard on them and then come back begging for more.
It's almost like, what is it called? Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah. You ask yourself, what are they getting out of it? Nothing.
Mark, that's the thing with her. It only happens when we show the receipts. The actual receipts coming from her mouth is when she tries to hit a strike.
Yeah.
Like if we cover her name, she can't get it. But she has other ways. So it's the question I have is why is the truth being hidden from Stephanie or by Stephanie? Why is that? Why is it that any proof that we've put out there, she has tried? I guarantee you there's been many failed attempts. Guaranteed. Because of all the other attempts. It was just like rap. When I put the info out about rap, BDAC, you dumb fucker. Yeah, I got 2 strikes on that shit. Well, 1 strike off of 2 videos. Both videos. You know, the people that originally had the videos, not you dumb motherfuckers that want to twist shit and help her manipulate. Same shit. But Stephanie, same kind of moves, man. And always has been. She don't like the truth being out there about her. She don't like the facts being shown. Because it does make her look bad. I will agree, Stephanie. It makes you look horrible. But this is your actions. This is the things that you've done. All of it. Gag orders, lies about Eric Rush with pictures, lies about having to turn yourself in over the fake-ass gag order. All of that shit. The lies about the phone logs. The lies about the gun charge. The lies about everything. Jimbo burning his mom's house down, lies. Kemper being an RSO, lies. All of it. You're the source. You know it. Own your fucking beautiful creation. Just like Ernie. Y'all both need to own your shit. Stop being pussies. But yes, Mark, she's very much one of those strikers. Absolutely.
Be careful. There's a glass container in that. I'm going to take it down with you.
Okay.
You got it?
Yep.
You need something to drink, baby?
No, thank you.
Yes, Penny Positive. That's the same person. And the same person that he ended up outing right before he got in all this shit. He went on there sobbing, saying he didn't do shit, blah, blah, blah. We heard what he said. My question is was that manipulated? Was that one of those controlled stories? Just saying. But yeah, Stephanie's definitely, she's the one that brought all this to rap when he first started his channel. All of the same lies. and they had all the free Shelby Shell bullshit going on. Why the fuck would you free a murderer? The man took another person's life. He admitted to it. Why would you want that?
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna go look that up.
You doing what?
I'm gonna look up the confession.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like, same person brought it to rap. The same person has brought it to easy. It didn't work the first time. You really think you're going to take a turd, polish it up, and make it work, man? No. You're going to sit there and hold a turd just like rap did. And when I seen it was a fucking turd, I walked the fuck away from all of them. Even did a live stream saying I wouldn't be part of it. And I would not be any part of anything to do with Stephanie, that she is guilty of stolen valor and a lot of other shit.
I remember when you and Rap got into it over that.
Yeah, he tried to give me a link, and I wouldn't, so he went live and cried on his channel about it. Fuck all that. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. You just come in and say link to me, you're going to sit there and not get a fucking link. Especially when you're trying to make yourself look good when you're doing shitty things. Yeah. Don't come in there with that kind of fucking attitude, because you won't get anywhere.
I'm missing Chad. I'm still looking for that video. And I'm eating a little bit too. So that's why
All she did was strengthen Ernie. Speaking against you guys made the job tough, exposing Ernie. Well, see, that's the thing. That's what I said from the get-go. If there is anything in that motion or that discovery that could put Ernie into his actual role, with a liar like her having this in her possession and putting out false documents already, it ruins everything. I said that in that live stream. That last one I did on the Kemper channel. Yes, absolutely said that. And it's a fact. We said it when we started the stand. You cannot go around pushing lies, because then you discredit everything.
Yep.
So why the fuck would you do that if you're truly for justice? If you're truly for the victims? Why would you do that? Actually, you wouldn't if you were for the victims. You wouldn't. You wouldn't for the justice, because you would be fucking it up and you know it. But self-gratification and self-glorification brings you to lie like this. Jaded Raven, whatever the fuck you call yourself. Truth and justice. Fuck off.
This might be it.
Exactly, Mark. Like, hey, man, you care if I come up on panel or something? Don't just say links. No, sorry. You be my mom, I'd be like, Mom, just gonna make a meatloaf for me, okay? Mom, the meatloaf, fuck. No success?
Not yet. Thought I had it, but that ain't it.
Didn't you have a short video of it clipped from the?
Yeah, but it's not as clear.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. It's not clear either way because it's, it says recording.
But it's old technology, older.
Oh, here, dude, I bet this is it.
Mark, basically a simp for Nicolina. Oh, shit. Yeah. You guys go like this video, this live stream, please. Help this get seen by more people. The more that like it, the more it gets seen. Jimbo, before I forget, Craig Morgan will be back at Renfro Valley May 4th.
Oh, that's cool. That's James's birthday. He's born on Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.
Our judicial system exists because of morons like her. At one time, people probably got stoned to death for shit like she said. Oh, yeah. I mean, hell, what? It was like 100 years ago. You'd legally duel somebody over that kind of shit. Deal with it properly, you know? Uh-oh, here it is.
Yep, we got her queued up. All right, I might play this a couple times. Y'all have to in. It may be better. Remember, it's a recording being played into a microphone, being played over the speakers in a monotone courthouse setting. So.
On a screen record on a live stream.
Right. No, this one's the one I uploaded directly from the disc because that's what I said. It's a little bit better than the screen.
Oh, I got you.
But it's, still better. It's still pretty bad quality.
Hello? Hey, bud. What's up, buddy? Buddy, I was kind of asleep, bro. You got a minute ago. I woke up. Okay. Hey, you all right, brother? Hey, you still got them pennies? Yeah. All right, cool. Everybody on Sadie? Yeah, bring them, man. I'll buy them. What do you want for them? This gas money, Don. Hey. All right. So? Yeah. Hey, what time you gonna come down? I don't wait around. You get out of bed. You need to start calling. You want me to give him a holler? Yeah. He's hollering at you. They got something to get me. Hey, let me ask you a question. What's up? Between me and you, I heard you called me last night, after you guys left. He called me at 3 o'clock last night. Yeah. Did you tell him that you went up there and killed that dude? Yeah, he knows it. Through the shows and everything. You hear me? Yeah. You hear me? He knows it. I told him, I said, Ernie, I won't trust you right here. You think I can trust you? Yeah. You think I can't jump for real? Yeah, he's your brother, man. He won't do nothing. You know what? He loves you, man. All he does is talk about Shelby Lee, Hey, he told me last night, man. You hear me? At 3 o'clock. When I was fast as fucking sleep, it was 3:40 something. He called me. And I was talking to him. And, man, he sounded like he really loves me. You know what? Yeah, he's worried about you, dude. He don't want you to kill nobody else, man. He don't, bro. He talks like he knows that guy, that king, man.
Did you hear him laugh when I said he don't want you to kill nobody?
Yeah, it's almost like he knows something we don't know, or you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Ernie said that.
Yep.
He don't want you to kill nobody else, man.
Wow.
He don't, bro. He talks like he knows that guy, that king, man. Yeah. He did. He knew him. You hear me? Yeah.
He knew him. He even says it.
If you plan on taking him with you, man, is there any way you could do it and not kill nobody? Just like, rob them and tie them up or something? And get out of there? That's what I told him. I said, I won't if you get the handcuffs for me. Yeah. If you get the handcuffs, that's the house before you get them. If you don't, I'm going to have to, you hear me? So if I get them handcuffs, then I can get some shit to tie them up with. You feel me? Bed sheets, strips. Yeah. But if you don't get the handcuffs, then I took you a chance to tie them up. I never use that technique more. Never use that technique more. Is that what you used on Ronnie? I I used it all my life, bro. And this time, two dudes made them like they broke six zip ties. You hear me? 6 of them. So Ronnie King did? Yeah. He was breaking left and right. I mean, big roads of duct tape, so he broke the whole fucking road. I see how he did it. These three of them was doing so much. You hear me? Yeah. And I just looked, and he was getting out the ground when I come in there, and there was a shotgun in the corner. I just wanted to keep him right in the face. I said, you stupid son of a bitch. Then after that, I was looking for a hammer or something. You know what I'm saying? I could chill him real quiet with. Yeah. Then I started just taking his mouth and his fucking nose and shit up. Then he just started fucking adrenaline in his, bro. And he was, I ain't never seen him like that strong, man. Well, he didn't really leave no choice but kill him, did he? He really didn't leave no choice. When he broke it the last time, I said, I told you, motherfucker. And I took a pill out of him, and he grabbed a hold of me. When he grabbed a hold of me, I went, oh, you hear me? Yeah, I mean, he would have killed you, I guess, if you wouldn't kill him. Goddamn right. Hey, dude, he was out, I'm going to say out proud of me, but dude, he was placing that fucking shit. I put it on him. I put a whole goddamn roll on him, Ronnie. A whole roll, bro. You hear me? Yeah. And he broke it like he fucking left. Hey, Ernie's calling me, man. Let me get that, and I'll call you back. We'll set something up for later. All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
He went pow.
Yep.
Yeah, you hear it. You heard him admit to it. He didn't say, hey, Jim, you know what we were talking about the other day before I did that with you, you know, it wasn't anything like that. You know what I mean? It was straight up him telling you what happened as if you don't know, almost in a bragging way.
Oh, yeah, he was 100% bragging. At
So-
one point he says, not like he could outpower me or nothing.
So, yeah.
But his adrenaline, he said.
Yep. But he sort of gets off on it because apparently he told a lot of people in jail. He told a lot of people on the street before he went to jail. From what I understand, you guys were some of the first ones to hear it, but there were quite a bit of social media rumors and then him telling people blah, blah, blah. So a lot of that's gone because Topics is gone. And that's where a lot of that was.
Kintsugi, actually, he did.
He did right there when he said, put the pillow over his head and said, pow.
Yeah.
Right there at the end.
Yeah, he said, put the pillow over his face or over his head, and he reached up and grabbed my hand, and
Yep.
Sure did.
But I can promise you, I've seen the crime scene. There was no eyeballs plucked out. There was no anything that Ernie has described. Just the references to the duct tape and zip ties.
Yeah.
But just like that and many other things, he's exaggerated, just like he does with Summer Wells. He exaggerates in that, trying to make himself look good. He's been trying to insert himself this entire time since she went missing. He's used that poor girl's plight to fuck around like he does. Just like he did with Gabby. Just like he did with Kyle. He does this. He's always going to do this. He was going to write a book and make a movie about the whole thing with Ronnie King and what kind of hero he was. Blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
But that never happened because he was never a hero. He was the one that went on trial during his brother's murder trial.
Sure
Because
did.
he's such a piece of shit.
At Kintsugi, it's all right. Like I said, it's hard to hear anyway. That's
I've heard it before. That's why I knew it was said, and I've heard it a few times. But yeah, it is hard to hear Kintsugi.
yeah. I can't even imagine. Like I'm listening to the source there, and you know, you're listening to it through your device. So I'm sure it's hard to hear anyway. But I don't know, man. That's just Narcissistic said something about Ernie had no business whatsoever bringing Shelby around your home knowing that how his brother is. You know, that's another thing. He's such a good friend. Why did he bring him over there and introduce him to my family? My mom, was, 2 or 3 years away from her death at that point. And why would he bring Shelby over there?
I mean, honestly, I've thought about that myself, and in a sense, it almost looks like Ernie might have wanted to rob you beyond what he already had. 1,500 here, taking you for this or that when you don't notice, whatever.
Yeah, when you can tell he thinks I owe him something. You hear
Right.
him always complaining about why he never got paid, because I owe him more, much more. My business wouldn't have been my business without him and all this shit.
And he justifies that he did all that shit to you with that kind of fucking mentality. He absolutely does. But the fact is he tried to play some bullshit with Nicole Pace. Tried to get her to get away from her home, even though she was armed and he was there for her protection. Get away from your home. Drive as far away as you can until we can get internet connection, and then we're going to call the police.
Yeah.
Why is that, Ernie? Why'd you have her do that, bud? Is that why you're mad because she told on you about that? Or the fact that you claimed that you were ex-law enforcement and ex-military? Because Homeland Security is considered law enforcement. Dumbass.
Yep.
And that's what you claimed. You're just mad because you were outed. I didn't convince her of anything. She saw everything for herself and was like, nope, not going to deal with that. And never messaged you again. You've done this a lot, Ernie. You do take people for a lot. I guarantee you've robbed more than just these people. Guaranteed. I ain't talking about manipulation or scamming or any of that, or, I'm homeless, or I need a hotel, or I need a bath, or whatever. I ain't talking about those. I'm talking about you actually robbing people, like you did China, like you did Jimbo.
Yeah. Y'all can drop Mark's channel here if y'all want to. Add him to the rotation. Oh, Erica did. So cool.
And then, of course, he basically stole $1,800 from Tina and Xander.
Oh, he flat stole it. More than that, if you really want to get technical, I mean, technically it's $1,800, but they would have probably got the $5,000 if he showed up for court.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they probably, I want to think they would have either, given it to Ernie to pay his attorneys or whatever he needed to do with it.
Yep.
Fine fees, or giving it back to the people who had given it. But who would have been able to blame them if they kept it for all the money that Ernie took when he was spending their inheritance?
Right. I was going to say he helped blow through the inheritance, and then him knowing they don't have just $1,800 sitting around, knowing that that's a lot of their money to help with keeping their family in a secure place. He's okay with just forfeiting that. Knowing that.
Yeah.
And supposedly, one of my best friends, blah, 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 la, 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 la. It's bullshit. You fucked him over, Ernie. No matter what people want to say or think. Fact is, in black and white, in color, it don't matter. Fucking 3D, fucking high def, fuck it. It don't matter. You fucking took him for a ride.
Yeah, sure did.
Sad motherfucker, dude. I don't even like Tina and Xander. You still fucked him over, man.
He did fuck him over.
Yep.
That's what he does to his friends.
He did to you, and then you were pointed out, oh, you're trying to have Ernie killed and all this other dumb shit.
People think I'm jealous of Ernie. Well, Ernie's people think I'm. What the fuck do I have to be jealous of?
A bow-legged midget with fuck. Never mind.
I mean, seriously, what does he have that I would want? Nothing.
He don't have a family. He don't have a wife. He don't have a home, a car, anything. He don't even have his own underwear. In his socks, the tornado owns them motherfuckers. So
yeah, he's got his little wish list that he's putting up. Narcissistic said it needs to be said because Ernie's subs think he cares. If he bring his violent and criminal brother to Jimbo's home, who would he have brought to their house? What Ernie does and doesn't do says who he is. It really does. It
Yep.
really does narcissistic. People have to, they have to discover that on their own, I guess. Eventually, he gets around to fucking everybody over.
He even fucked Tina and Xander over. Hell, he did that a year ago. And then you seen what he did the other night.
Yeah, he keeps talking about this gut punch that I gave Constant Sue. I missed that. When did I gut punch Constant Sue?
I missed that one too.
You weren't here either?
I didn't see a gut punch of any type.
Must have been the sit, not the stand. Yeah, we didn't gut punch her.
We didn't do shit to her.
Reacted to a poll that her boyfriend lost.
Yep. That's exactly 100% what happened.
Hey, there's Rosemary J. Ernie is the perfect example why criminals get caught. Even though they're dumb, they think that they're the smartest person in the room. Only Ernie can't help exaggerating. You know what? You're right. You're right.
No, the only thing he works at, Marcus, is scamming ways, working at the manipulation to get the money that he gets. That's not legit money. He might think so, but it's not.
Yeah.
He's a wanker.
I mean, the dude's sitting over there literally saying, "We the people will protect women and children at all costs, except for Nicolina's children, Nicolina, Jimbo's children, Thelma, let's see, Leslie B, China's children."
Mm-hmm.
Those women and those children, and I could go on and on and on behind green eyes. Those women and those children, they're not at all costs. They don't count. At all costs is at all costs. You're a fake. You're a fraud. Benny resurrected your little channel by having you talk about that little girl again. And now you've got people over there watching you like they watch a train, like they just know it's fixing to smash another train going 100 miles an hour. Do you turn away? No, you watch it. You watch it. Because you want to be there when it hits, right? You don't want to say, "Oh, damn, I missed it." Right, Ernie? That's what people are watching for. Because please tell me that there aren't people sitting in that chat enjoying the way you talk to China tonight. How about Shits and Giggles? I'm not a big fan of Shits and Giggles. Very inappropriate in our chat a lot. Has been blocked here twice. I don't know if they're still blocked. I know they were in chat about a week ago, seems like. But the way you talked to her and tried to speak to her tonight, that's a nice brag. Really, dude? Is that protecting women and children? Or is that exploiting? I think he's got it mixed up. It's like not we the people, it's we the Ernie will exploit women and children at all costs. Right, Ernie? If you want to donate, donate. If you don't. Yeah. He is a bow-legged midget, ain't he, Mark?
Absolutely is.
Thank you, Mark. Mark's working hard for us tonight, brother.
He'll get his, though.
Mr. T. Lester said he fucked up bringing my grandbabies into his little movie. His ending to his little movie ain't going to be so happy.
Yeah. It'll be Bubba clapping them cheeks.
Yeah. Look, it might not be tomorrow. It might not be next week. It might not be a year from now. But eventually, Ernie, you'll get caught. They all do. You can't hide forever. See, me personally, if I ever see you in public, I'm not going to give one damn to go to jail. I don't care where you're at. They can take us both. I promise you. I promise you that there will be a ruckus. And I'm not like you, Ernie. I don't threaten, Kemper, I'm going to come up here and whoop your ass on a live stream. And you have no plans whatsoever going up there. I mean what I say. I say what I mean.
Yeah, he's going to get them old ladies jacked up on shit, man. Yeah, go whoop him, Ernie. You know that shit.
You sound like FBI Terror a little bit right there.
I didn't have enough hiss in it, man. I got some teeth blocking. Not whistling.
Gosh, I'll tell you what. X Factor does the funniest Terror impersonations.
Oh, I bet. I fucking bet.
And she goes, Gypsy, Gypsy.
What's that crazy bitch been up to?
I have no idea.
Gypsy, not X Factor.
I know. I have no idea.
Don't want to get in trouble.
I knew what you were talking about. I knew you were talking about Gypsy. Mr. Lady, thank you. I knew you'd have my back.
Mark, he's done that for a long time, yes, sir. He does docs a lot. Probably to the tune of about 3 to 4 people a week. Yeah. On average. Maybe not this week, but on average, 3 to 4 people. And has for years.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
No.
He'll dox you, he'll dox your mother, he'll dox everybody about you.
Whether he's wrong or right. Yeah. Even if the information is incorrect, he'll still
saying if it's wrong, is it a dox?
Yeah, just ask Beth.
Yep.
Mark said, I've been doxxed, so have fun, Ern. Yeah, I think most people are getting pretty numb to it.
Yeah.
Especially Ernie's style of it. He tries to be so malicious and try to, he keeps saying, I'm not a law-abiding citizen anymore. I'm a bad guy. Ernie, you've always been the bad guy. When have you been the good guy? When?
It's a damn good question, Jimbo. Damn good question.
We might need an Ernie video or two tonight. What do you think?
What do you mean, playing one tonight, or
yeah, I mean
putting more out? Because I plan on putting a few out myself.
Play one. We can play this one. Let's see. Might be on my second one. There it is.
Yep. Tiny, tiny hands.
Yeah. Everything on that little mother is tiny.
Yeah. Right. Beyond stupid. That is a good question. But then again, you're also talking about the same guy that his trucking buddies put some Predator Hunter Nation stickers on their trucks, and all of a sudden they were worldwide.
Oh, yeah, worldwide. My bad. Not just international. Worldwide. Worldwide.
Because that's how Ernie thinks. I mean, think about the name that he was using as a wrestler. the new franchise. It goes with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's that mentality. Like, he does have that mentality of Vince McMahon.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Let's only talk to God when we get in taser real quick. Word from our sponsors. A little video to go with that fits it perfectly. You must be muted, bro.
Sorry.
Thank you, Rosemary J. You know that guy? That's a YouTube guy. Let me tell y'all his channel name. Guy that does that song. I need to go ahead and put it in the links for tonight too. So.
Word.
Oh, yeah.
The hell?
What?
Oh, here it is. Getting Tasered by Cluster F Show. So Clusterfuck Show, Cluster F Show. Let me I'm gonna send a link. Put it over here. We go. We can drop this link in the chat. Here, I'll send it to you, Erica.
Yeah, Mark, I like Jelly Roll too. He's pretty dang good. I like his story, and more than just his music, it's more about who he is now as a human.
Yeah, man, I'm a fan now. After I heard his story, I'm definitely a fan.
Yeah. See, that's a person that's done wrong in their life, owns it, admits it, and is trying to do better. Not saying everybody will become a Jelly Roll, but that's the way you do it. You own it. You move on. You build off of the lessons learned. You keep going.
If you can be better today than you were yesterday, you're doing all right.
Yep.
There you go. Getting Tasered song. Erica put the link in chat for y'all. Yeah, I mean, I've seen that song played in a bunch of places. The first time I ever saw it played was over at Ghost, and I thought it was funny as shit. Just a short excerpt of it. I was like, I got to find that whole song because it's good. And after a little bit of searching, I found it.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Mm-hmm. I love it when he goes, "Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me, bro."
Yep. Almost like that song was written for Ernie.
Yeah, it's perfect, man. It's perfect. Maybe we'll add some more taser footage to that,
Luna, I'm talking about Jelly Roll taking accountability. I mean, the guy just went and talked to Congress and offering his platform to help push against fentanyl in the crisis we're having with that. Like he used to be one of them that was selling it. He done his time. He got out. He quit doing it. He became a country star. And now wants to help out against it. So, I mean, he's very self-aware and very in tune to humanity, really. He's got a good heart. Like, you can see it in what he does. So, you can see it's legit. Nothing like Ernie would do. Fake painted on bullshit.
Kyle said Ernie got the idea about international subs from Rose's live today. You could hear how excited he got when Rose told him she knows a lot of people all over the world. No leader. Right. And then Narcissistic said, yep. I noticed he got Friday Night Fights idea the same day Steve was on his panel. Steve said his platform is based around letting two that have a riff have it out on his panel. Yeah, Ernie's a copycat. And I'll tell you another copycat is old Skeezy Sleazy over there. I noticed he's going to have his weekly goofies or whatever. Pretty much what Ghost does on a weekly basis on Sundays. So yeah, that's nothing new. Also, not Ernie, but Easy is quite the fan of Bernie Smells, and Bernie Smells used to come on and help us do our top 10. So when Easy's got his top 10 goofs of the week or goofies, whatever the fuck he calls it, yeah, none of these motherfuckers have an original idea ever. Ernie, Skeezy.
Even the Verbal Combat was a copy from another channel.
Yeah. They're weak. Oh, Lord. Brief score update, 137 to 34. Repeat, 137 to 34. In baseball, in youth baseball, they call this the Mercy.
Season. Yeah, for the season.
Oh, that's cool. I bet that's some good stuff, too. I'd like to hear some of that. Yeah, we both highlighted. Bernie Smells was hilarious. Easy as just a joke. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Unoriginal.
Yeah.
Even the shit he's making this series of videos about Ernie come from Stephanie's bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
They think they have some kind of authority still.
Yep.
So it is what it is. When they flop on that face,
yep,
on that gag order, on those 300 pictures, y'all let me know.
Yeah. Bring them forward, Stephanie. Bring them forward. Gipper?
Yes,
bedtime for me, buddy. I'm going to watch a little Netflix and then go to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the hay pretty early too, man. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah. Tomorrow night we might come back a little earlier. You're normally off. Are you working tomorrow? Or?
I should be off unless they call me in.
All right, cool. Well, you heard it here first. You should be off. Unless they call him in.
That's usually the case.
That's right, by George. If not, we might come on a little early tomorrow, and we'll let you know tomorrow. Until then, I'm Jimbo.
I'm Kemper.
Coming to you live from the stand.
Cause I ain't no sissy la-la like some of these motherfucking YouTubers. Just saying, just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Women's boobs are their balls. They're just not down there. So yes, gentlemen, we have bigger balls than you do.
What?